Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Schufer Gymnasium as we have us a great SAC matchup here today between the visiting UVA Wise Cavaliers and your Lenoir-Rhyne Bears. I'm Adekale Ande on the call along with my broadcast partner AB. Should be a good one, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a while since we've been back at Schufer for volleyball, AB.
Haven't seen them at all this month at home, and it's good to see the ladies back in action as they expect to get a big SAC conference win.
Yeah, it's going to be huge for them in standings. I believe they are in fourth place right now, currently at 13-8 and 8-5 in the SAC. This UVA Wise Cavaliers team comes in at 1-17 and 0-14 in the SAC. But talking to some of the players, you can't overlook teams like this, especially in this conference. A lot of these teams are very touted and have a lot of talent. I mean, just on the road against the same team, LR gave up a set, which is uncharacteristic from them, and they played them close in a couple. So they can ill afford to, doubt the other team.
Exactly, and also, too, when you have a team that has just one win, no wins in the conference, they're looking to get it. They're looking to get that conference win. It's their first year in the conference. They want to make something happen, especially against a team like LR.
Exactly, AB. I mean, just to even talk about it a little bit, that aspect of you being 0 for 14 and 1-17 on the season, you got to think you really want that win in the conference. You want to get that first win, get it under your belt. I know it's a little bit late in the season, but hey, you're still fighting. You're still really hungry. And if a team like LR really doubts and just, underrates this team coming in, they're going to get beat.
And you keep talking about it, but this team has a lot to play for. They have no wins in conference. So it's not like other teams you see in that are struggling, that have already won a few games and they're just having a bad year. It's kind of falling apart. This team has something to play for. They still have a lot of pride that they need to prove and some big wins for their university they can get.
Exactly. And as we're about to start this one, we're about 3 minutes away from opening starting lineups. We'll get those starting lineups to you as soon as we get them up here. So let's talk about this LR team. It's been a while since they've been at home, like we said. But, I mean, they're still running wild. They had a little bit of a tough spell right there, losing 4 in a row. But they've won their last 2 here and looking to make it 3 tonight. And you gotta stick with your bread and butter. Taylor Prawl on the offensive end, and you gotta get your middles involved like Jackie Denny, Bastion Asher, and Alexis Ivy.
Yes, and you're talking about a Bears team where half of their losses came in a week. It was a bad week. This team just kind of played some tough competition and couldn't get the big points that they needed. But we all know, if you've watched this team, they run through Taylor Prawl. Whether she's getting all the touches or not, she's going to have her foot on this game tonight.
Yeah, she's definitely going to have her impact. Taylor Prawl coming in with 275 kills. Already broke her career mark of 271, which she got last year in her sophomore season. And there's still a decent amount of games left. And I know, talking to her, she wants to hit 300 tonight and hopefully in a win. But let's just talk about some of the other players on this team. I mean, Hawkins has been outstanding as a libero. She literally gets almost every single ball that comes her way. And I love it from watching a libero, just the amount of bids you think she can't get to, and she gets to.
Yes, and with Hawkins, it's pretty obvious when she's not having a good day how big of an effect it has on this team, whether it's communication or just not being as quick to a ball or having hard reads. When she's off, this team just seems off. And there's a lot about the Bears with that. Yes, Taylor Prawl is the one who gets all the kills, and it gets a lot of recognition for it. But this team is a lot more than Taylor Prawl. Hannah Houston and Elena Thomas have both had plenty of big matches, big points. And this team is deep all over the place. Jackie Denny, Alexis Ivy, up front. I mean, this is a Bears team that can make big plays from a lot of angles on the court.
Exactly, AB. Looking forward to this match as we're about a minute away from starting lineups. We'll be back shortly, and as we get those starters coming your way, you're watching Bear Sports Network on the SAC Live. As we are back here at Schuford Gymnasium, should be a good one, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to bring you the starting lineups. First, for the visiting Cavaliers, we're going to have middle blocker number 1, Madeline Lawrence. Number 4, outside hitter Maitland Gibson. Setter, number 5, Zoe Avery. Setter, number 10, Morgan Milligan. Outside hitter, number 11, Sierra Kane. Middle blocker, number 13, Abigail Byington. And outside hitter, right side, number 15, Abigail McKinney Odasso. And now for your LR Bears starting lineup. In that outside hitter, number 4, Taylor Prawl. Middle blocker, number 5, Alexis Ivy. At libero, number 6, Ashley Hawkins. At right side, number 8, Hannah Houston. At defensive specialist, number 10, Rachel Buick. At setter, number 12, Helen Hamilton. And at middle blocker, number 23, Jackie Denny. All right, AB, this is the part where we do our hot takes before the first save. What you looking for this game?
I am looking for the Bears to feed Taylor Prawl a lot today. Try to get it to 300.
I'm going to say Hawkins has more than 12 digs in this game. The first serve is up and into the net by number 5, Zoe Avery. It's going to be a point to the Bears. Hawkins back to serve. Hawkins leading this team in aces with 26. There's a dig for Hawkins. Pushed outside for Taylor Prawl, and that's a kill.
And one of the things you have to watch if you're the Bears, in matches like this, when you're better than the other team, you don't want it to be close. You don't want to give them any hope. So see if the Bears can just come out early in the sets.
Great steep serve by Hawkins. It's going to be put up. Wise attacks. It's going to be really tight in the net. And that's going to be a net violation by Hamilton. That's a really bad service right there. Not Hamilton's fault because she had to run onto that. That's going to put UVA Wise on the board. 2-1 now, Bears. Pushed outside for Houston, and Houston finds the corner.
Beautiful placement right there. I mean, I don't know if there's anything Wise could have done unless they just known she was going to put it there.
Yeah, I love Hannah Houston's game. She's really stepped up in the last couple of games, really helping this team offensively and pushing 5+ kills in the last couple of games, moving to third on the team in kills with 102.
And if you watch Hannah Houston play, it just explodes off of her hand. She can be very impactful.
Ball pushed up, blocked by Ivy and Colette Romp. And I believe they're gonna call a net violation, or they're gonna call a lift on 5. But a quick fun fact about Hannah Houston: her mom played here at LR and played volleyball as well. So it runs deep here in the Houston family.
You gotta love when family ties can come into it.
Pass pushed outside. Hawkins gets another dig. Now outside for Taylor Prawl on the tip. Good job by Wise to keep that alive. Hawkins another dig. Prawl attacks, stood up. Ivy, they're still going back and forth. This is a great rally by both sides. Hawkins another dig. And Prawl swings and Prawl connects.
You just gotta love that play if you're LR. If Prawl is coming down the middle, I mean, it's wraps.
It's game over pretty much. If you get a ball to Taylor Prawl, you give her enough touches. She goes back to serve now. Let's see if she can get going from the serve spot. Prawl, nice serve, deep into the middle. Now outside a tip. Alexandra Barak has checked in the game for the Bears. Ivy stood up on that attack. Now Barak swings and collects the kill.
Little get me over kill there.
That's not right. Alexander Barak getting a kill right there, a freshman outside hitter. And that's a great serve by Prawl for the ace. Another good serve by Pearl. Pushed up side. And that will be a kill for number 4, Maitland Gibson. That was a good swing that just ricocheted off the blockers of the Bears.
And when you're the Bears, you know that happens. They probably give up a handful of those every match, and it's just nothing you can really do about it.
Tight serve by Gibson. Now Barak will swing again. Trying to get the tip and might get the kill here, and she does just that. And that's effective minutes by Alexandra Barak, coming in 2 touches and 2 kills.
Sometimes it's not always about power.
Good serve by Ivy. Outside, swung on. Holsey is able to get to it. Now Romp swings, and Romp had some oomph on that one, just not able to reel it back in. A pretty serve right there by Wise, and Taylor Prawl able to dig it out. Ball's up, and that's blocked by Romp and Denny. Blocked by Denny again.
Just so athletic, so quick. Great hand-eye coordination.
One of LR's many dual athletes. Jackie Denny is a rare breed, playing both basketball and volleyball for LR.
Exactly. Dual sport athletes, rare breeds. You don't get too many of those anymore.
Especially at the collegiate level, very tough to play multiple sports, and that's just a testament to your athleticism. As UVA Wise gets an emphatic kill right there from number 22, Kelsey Green. Back to serve is Madeline Lawrence. And just a little miscommunication between Barak and Hawkins. As Hawkins is telling Barak, that was on me. I shouldn't have entered your space. Pushed outside. Now going for Barak. She swings. Outside over and a tip. Hamilton is there for it. Now the set up to Barak. She tries her tip of her own. Denny, another great block over. Big swing. Hawkins is there for another dig. It's over and Barak swings. Good heads up right there by the freshman. Prawl the dig. Now the back set looking for Houston. And Houston connects, and a great play by the gentleman in the crowd. Sign him up.
Everybody's got to be active around here. That was a nice long rally, and the Bears found a way to get the big-time kill.
Pushed outside, a rolling attack. Now outside for Prawl, and Prawl just made contact with the antenna. That dropped in, but tight space. You know, AB, I was watching one of the volleyball team's practices. I love what they do. They get this big kind of platform, and then they get a nice block of wood, and they pretend to be the blockers, and you have to swing around this probably two by four. Let's say a 2x4, so to say. You got to swing around that, and it just gives you the perspective of what kind of angles they're seeking when they try to hit a ball down. And Taylor Fall just misfiring right there, but Ivy trying to get back into this one. Pushed outside again. Swung on. Ivy almost able to get the kill, and I believe they're going to call a double on UVA Wise. Ball's over. Pushed outside. That's blocked. Prawl trying to race towards it and not able to get it. As it's 11-8 here at Schuford Gymnasium, 11-9 now.
Pretty tight set we've got right here. Bad time for the Cavaliers to give up a service error.
Exactly, ABS. It's 12-9. We're working on that scoreboard for you. We'll just try to paint a picture and give you the score at every point. As Holsey is back to serve. Great serve by Holsey. Wise puts it up top for number 11. And number 11, Sierra Kane, connects.
And to be honest, Wise has been here throughout this first set. It's a lot like what we expected. Very tight, very competitive.
As another point goes to UVA Wise. Prawl swings, and oh my goodness, Taylor Prawl, have mercy.
Body shot right there. If this was boxing, we might be having to have a quick count.
It's a hard hit ball by Taylor Prawl. Puts the Bears up 13-11 here in the first set. That's tipped, and that's going to be a double on the setter. Number 5, Zoe Avery. Ball's played over. Great serve by the Bears. Hawkins gets another dig. Now Barack swings. A tip over the top. Romp is there for it. Now Barack swings again and just doesn't get enough on it to push it over the net. We get a serve here by Maitland Gibson. A big swing right there from the outside hitter. That's a point to the Bears. It's 15-12.
You got to feel right now, if you're Wise, you got to play a cleaner match. A whole lot of mistakes.
Yeah, it's all about those unforced errors, and a big block by Romp and Denny. As they're going to call it a net violation on UVA Wise. Ivy still back to serve. And number 1, Madeline Lawrence gets a quick kill. Bears are still up here 16-13. Wise is making this a close one.
They are. I mean, they're competing. Excuse me. It's a team that's dropped their last 10 sets. They're looking to get one.
And Denny, jump out of the gym, JD.
High riser. Get up high and come down hard.
No, they say the sky's the limit, AB. I don't know if that's the case for Jackie Denny.
Sometimes I think she sits on clouds.
As we got Helen Hamilton back to serve. Great serve by Hamilton. Tipped over the top. Pushed outside for Barack. And Barack gets a kill.
And that might have been the best contact of the night for the freshman out of St. Stephen's High School, Hickory, North Carolina. Gotta love to be able to play at home.
As we're going to take a timeout here as your Bears are up 18-13, and we'll be back shortly.
NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student-athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student-athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student-athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement.
Your Bears are up 18-13 as Helen Hamilton still serving for the Bears. Nice serve by Hamilton. Big swing. Hawkins there for another dig outside, and they're going to call Hamilton on a double.
It's just crazy. Hawkins makes it look so easy. I mean, she gets so much lift on and gives the team plenty of time to kind of set up whatever play they want to.
Yeah, Hawkins is everywhere. She's very much the glue of this team, and pretty much every libero, you can pretty much say that. But Hawkins especially, she's very good. Brock keeps it alive. That's going to be really tight. Denny gets to it. Good job by Denny to keep that alive. Outside one more time. Denied by Houston and Denny. As Rachel Buick has checked in to serve. Pushed outside, and that was a tough set, and I don't blame number 11, Sierra Kane, for making that face after she hit that ball.
Yeah, and you got to feel part of that expression from Kane is the fact that this set's getting away from him. And
Kane not able to receive that one, as that's an ace for Rachel Buick.
And what was once a 2-point set is now up to 7.
Buick, a great serve. Now outside, it's going to be tight. Hamilton receives it. Now Buick going to set up Taylor Prawl, and Taylor Prawl connects. Ball's played in. Good serve by Buick. Pushed over the top and denied by Houston, and Denny returned to sender.
Too easy. I mean, Houston is pumped up because she was way over the net on that one.
Good, another good serve by Buick, and an ace for Buick. 2 points, 2 aces in this run. Now it's set point here.
Bears looking to finish this one off strong.
Another great serve by Buick. Dug up. Now Houston is there. Pushed outside, and that will be out of bounds. And the first set goes to your Bears as they win 25-14 over the Cavs. And we will be back shortly for more second set action.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not run Division II cross country for the University of Mount Olive. Having an athletic and academic scholarship was key for my success. Our coaches were really helpful with balancing out my academics and athletics. I decided to attend graduate school because I wanted to become an athletic director. Receiving the postgraduate scholarship through the NCAA provided me with the flexibility to choose the school that I wanted. So now I know that I can accomplish any goal that I set for myself.
as we are back here in Schufer Gymnasium. Your Bears are up 1-0. Going to head to the second set. We're going to show you a replay. As you saw, that replay was a great block from Houston and Denny. So just AB, talk to us, give some stats from that first set and what you want to see going into the second set now.
Well, if you look at it for UVA wise, errors killed them. They had 6 errors. Bears had 4. I think that's what kept it so close early. But also, too, the Bears ended on a 10-point run and got kills kind of all over the place. Taylor Paul got 4 of them. Alexandria Barak had 3. And they were leading the way for the Bears in that set.
As we're waiting to get things going here, AB brought up a good point that the last time Lenoir-Rhyne played UVA Wise was when Coach Markman picked up career number 300 here for LR. So that's a great accomplishment, and I know he wants to make it even more here today. And also just the other tie as the Bears get to that point of the second set. The assistant coach for UVA Wise, Caitlin Hawley, she was the GA here for Coach Markland. So just another connection between both schools.
And it just shows how good of a coach she's been whenever the people under you can get other jobs and advance their careers.
And that one goes out of bounds as Hawkins almost went full bid to get that one. So it's 1-0 here. It should be 2-0. And that one lands in. Kill for Wise. So it's 2-1 here. And number 11, Sierra Kane, is back to serve. Good serve by Kane. Hawkins receives outside for Prawl on a tip. And that's just cheeky play. Excellent placement by Prawl.
And we've seen it all over the place. It hasn't been the power for the Bears today. It's been the placement. They've had a lot of kills so far where their placement's just been spectacular.
That's a deep serve, and nothing you can do about that. That's an error on 22. Kelsey Green on that service.
The other part for the Bears you saw there was they had 3 blocks in the first set. The play at the net was a little worried about them.
Some hot serves by Ashley Hawkins. And that's a good set for Houston, as Houston about shot out of a cannon to bring that down.
Got some of the basketball players out of their seat right there.
It's a big-time swing by Hannah Houston. And another good serve by Hawkins, and she collects another ace.
And this is the kind of run you want to be on if you're the Bears. I mean, they've won 16 of the last 17 points going back to the first set.
Good serve by Hawkins. Big swing. Houston able to keep it alive. And another big swing by Taylor Prawl. And just like that, a timeout by UVA Wise. Your Bears are up 7-1, and we'll be back shortly here on Bears Sports Network on the SAC Live.
Oh, this? I was playing catch a little too hard with the dog. He's got quite an arm. I've been through this before. It'll be better in a couple of days. Probably.
Visit one of Ortho Carolina's specialists right away by logging on to orthocarolina.com. Leave the waiting to this guy.
Come on, honey.
Ortho Carolina. You improved.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
Good effort by Taylor Prawl to keep that alive. Your Bears are up 7-1. A dig by Buick. Hamilton. The set. And pushed outside again. And Prawl will get the kill.
Nice energy out of the timeout if you're the Cavaliers, though. It was looking a little rough, a little low to start. But they came out and forced a long rally. The Bears just had too much.
Good serve by Hawkins. Outside. And they're going to get a double called on the setter. I believe that was number 5, Zoe Avery. Hawkins still going on a run here. Another good serve in the corner. Just barely missing that one.
She tried to paint the outside corner right there. Just a little long.
As Buick gets a dig, and that's a tough set by Hamilton to Asher. Swung on. Buick able to keep it alive. Now set by Hawkins. Prawl on the roll. Bears are still going back and forth here. Prawl, another tip. Hamilton gets the dig. Prawl swings. This is a great rally by both teams, trying to keep the ball alive. Buick comes up from her line. Again to Prawl. And Prawl just misfired on that one. Hits the antenna and goes out of bounds.
If you can rally long enough, you figure the other team will make a mistake.
Back to serve is number 10, Morgan Milligan for UVA Wise. Outside for Prawl, and oh my goodness, that was a boom from Prawl. As Mackenzie Holsey is back to serve. Outside, Buick the dig, Holsey the set to Colette Romp. Let them know you're a freshman and that you came here to play.
Big time strike right there by Romp, just getting on top of and delivering an absolute hammer.
Like another great serve by Holsey. And that kill will go to UVA Wise as we get a ball getting past Hawkins. Back to serve is number 4, Maitland Gibson. Romp, a Superman punch to keep it over. Cross court swinger. Now Romp swings and just got too much over the ball right there.
Yeah, wasn't able to get down on it like she probably wanted to. But if you're the Bears, that's why it was good. You had that nice long run. You got some cushion right now.
Prawl receives it. That's going to be really tight. It's going to have to go over. Outside, big swing. Buick is there. Holsey, the back set for Romp. On the tip, and that's great placement by Romp.
Beautiful. And Romp's getting a lot of action right now. She's very active on the floor. It's one of the things they like about the freshman. She's very energetic and not afraid to just kind of stick her nose in the action.
As Anna Jordan has checked in, another freshman. Jordan, a nice serve. Hawkins is there, excuse me. Asher swings. Oh my goodness. Asher got about every fiber of her being on that ball.
And you just feel watching this match that it's more about the Bears than it has been the Cavaliers. In the first set, Bears played a little sloppy, kept it close.
Oh my goodness. Madison Asher, show your presence.
And now they're just killing it. That one got the place a little loud.
As we show you that replay of Asher getting up. quickly, just as quick as that, that's a timeout as your Bears are up 15-5. We'll be back shortly.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Blocked by Barack and Asher, quickly extending this lead to 11 points.
And it's been the big runs for the Bears so far today. They've just had a couple of runs that have put the Cavaliers at mercy.
Good serve by Jordan once again. And number 22 of the UVA Wise, Kelsey Green was not able to handle that set. 17-5 Bears. Another deep serve by Anna Jordan. Rolled over the top. Jordan gets to it. Holsey to set for Asher. Asher blocks it. Pushed outside. And blocked by Romp and Asher.
And just see the emotion. I mean, you can't tell. This one matters.
Yeah, I was talking to a few of the players for the Bears, like Asher and Braylon Faust, and I told them straight up, hey, you kind of scare me when you're out there on the court, because when you celebrate, the whole Schufer Gymnasium hears it, and I feel bad for that court. I was like, what the court did to you.
It's a whole lot of stomping, big arm swings.
They're very emphatic when they're in the game. You know their presence.
And you got to love that. I mean, it goes all the way back to at the beginning of the season before the first match when we talked to Coach Markland, and he said how energetic this team is, how they have about 5 to 8 players that could be considered spark plugs.
A big swing by Romp as that one gets blocked and right back on the line for a Cavs point.
And one of the things you have to worry about when you have a team that's so energetic are having ups and downs, highs and lows. Right now it looks like a quick low.
Outside, and they're going to call a net violation, I believe, on Asher. Push outside, and Asher gets a big kill, finds the huge hole.
And Asher's got a big swing. I mean, she's got one of the bigger arms on this team. So when they set her up, she's usually coming in pretty hot.
And that one goes out of bounds on the serve. Deep serve, Barack receives it. Holsey, now Denny collects a kill.
If you're the Bears, this is what you want. You've played a lot better, and this set is almost over because of it.
Helen Hamilton back to serve here for the Bears. That's a pretty serve by Hamilton. And Cavs barely able to keep that one alive. And a low set for Denny. Some really scrappy volleyball back and forth. And sneaky Helen Hamilton drops it in.
It's not an LR match if Helen Hamilton doesn't push one over into the space while you're sleeping.
So you see Hamilton do her classic serve routine, almost collecting an ace. And a block by Jackie Denny in Houston. The middles have really showed up here tonight.
Coming into the set, Denny was credited with all 3 blocks. You could add another one to her right there.
As Hamilton always bounces the ball 5 times while spinning it, and then pats it one more time for good luck as she sets it over the net. Right there, not able to get it over, but it's 22-11 here in the second set. Your Bears are on top. As that serve airmails out of bounds, 23-11 Bears.
Service errors have been a problem for the Cavaliers today. That's the 6th one, 3 in each set.
Ball played over by the Bears. Pushed outside, tipped. Hamilton keeps it alive. Now going outside for Prawl on the roll. Swung. Hamilton sets, looking for Denny, and that's tight. And Denny somehow gets it to go.
Set point for the Bears coming up. As Rachel Buick looks to finish the second set that's been pretty dominant.
A short serve by Buick, and she gets the ace. How apropos. 25-11. Your Bears win the second set. They're up 2-0, and we'll be back shortly after this break.
Everett Chevrolet Buick GMC is ready for another exciting football season. Everett has been a proud sponsor of the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears for 25 years, and we wish the Bears a safe and successful season. And August means it's all systems go for another winning season with the Carolina Panthers. We have a tradition of winning in the Carolinas, and when you want to be a winner in the car, truck, or SUV game, come see the sales and service champions at Everett, because if you didn't get an Everett deal, you dropped the ball, baby. Woo!
I love being busy in my garden. I got flowers to plant and beds to clean out. When I was feeling really tired and not like myself, I saw a doctor. Look at me now. The doctors were good, they worked with me, and they laughed with me. I'm back to doing everything I love. I needed a doctor, and I found the expert for my heart.
Oh, this? I was playing catch a little too hard with the dog. He's got quite an arm. I've been through this before. It'll be better in a couple of days. Probably.
Visit one of Ortho Carolina's specialists right away by logging on to orthocarolina.com. Leave the waiting to this guy.
Come on, honey.
Ortho Carolina. You improved.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not run Division II cross country for the University of Mount Olive. Having an athletic and academic scholarship was key for my success. Our coaches were really helpful with balancing out my academics and athletics. I decided to attend graduate school because I wanted to become an athletic director. Receiving the postgraduate scholarship through the NCAA provided me with the flexibility to choose the school that I wanted. So now I know that I can accomplish any goal that I set for myself.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
So we're back at Schuford Gymnasium. If you're just tuning in, your Bears are up 2-0 over the UVA Wise Cavs. I'm going to pass the stats over to AB. He's going to give you what has happened so far in this match.
I mean, the second set was just complete domination by the Bears. 13 kills as a team, 4 errors. For the Cavaliers, they had 5 errors, only 3 kills. There just wasn't a whole lot out there for them. I think you can see that in the hit percentages. Bears went at 33%. The Cavaliers, -7%.
So get this first serve here from UVA Wise. That was number 5, Zoe Avery. And they're going to call a double on Helen Hamilton.
Seen a lot of action out of the roster today for the Bears. Got a lot of the young Bears in action today, but you're looking for the Bears to get this sweep. Last time they dropped the third set when they played at UVA Wise.
Prawl with a huge swing, kept alive by Wise, and somehow that ball gets down in front of Buick, and that's 2-0, just like that.
I thought Buick got it, but I don't think the Bears could have done anything with it, so good start if you're the Cavaliers. You go in, you talk real quick, and you come out a lot better.
Hawkins receives it. Denny swings. Jackie Denny. Take it easy.
4th kill of the night for Denny. Very, very efficient.
Big swing, and that one lands out of bounds. UVA Wise was asking for a tip, and refs say no.
If you look up the middle for the Bears, that's where it's really changed. Asher, very efficient. Denny, very efficient.
Buick keeps it alive. Hawkins now the set for Prawl. Cavs able to keep it alive. And that one lands just barely out of bounds. And just like that, your Bears are up 3-2.
Let's see if they can turn this into another big run. They had a lot of big runs so far in this match. Another one here might put it to rest.
Hawkins deep into the corner. A set in the middle. Hawkins, another dig. Asher on the tip. Still up. That's going to be a really high ball. Asher, 1v1. Asher and Houston again. 4-2 Bears.
And I just don't know how many teams play as active at the net as the Bears do.
Yeah, when their middles are hot, they're hot. I mean, I've been in the game this year, especially at home, when they had 17 blocks as a team. And that's just an astronomical number from the middles. When the middles are playing lights out, that's when this team is lethal.
And I remember that game. That was the one against Mars Hill. luckily for us, we decided to have a great idea and put it in the net cam for the first time. Got a really nice view of a lot of those blocks.
Prawl swings, and that one had a lot of heat on it, just a little too much as that one goes out of bounds. Deep to Buick. Hamilton the set, and Asher had to reach for that one. Hawkins, now outside for Prawl, kept alive by the Cavs. The lefty swing by the Cavs, and Prawl swings, trying to keep it alive, and a good job in second effort by the Bears. Hawkins keeps it alive. Now outside for Prawl, a tip. As people are running into each other left and right. Prawl not able to keep it alive. That's a great rally by both sides.
What a rally. I mean, for the Bears, they extended that a couple times when they were all over the place and probably didn't deserve to extend it, but the Cavaliers found a way to finally win the long rally.
Buick receives it. Now Hawkins the set up for Prawl. Kept alive by number 10, Morgan Milligan. Hamilton the set. Now for Houston, and finally a kill for the Bears, knotted up at 5 apiece.
Getting our first look at Katrina Samuels now entering into the match.
And that serve by Holsey goes right into the net. 6-5.
And that's got to be extremely frustrating. You come off the bench and your first serve is just a bad one.
This is what you were talking about. They can ill afford to let off the gas, so you're up 2-0. You got to close it out. Pushed outside again. A big swing that's dropped straight down by Madeline Lawrence. And yes, UVA celebrate that. You're coming back in this one. The energy is in your favor.
And I say this much, I don't know what they talked about in the locker room during that quick break, but obviously energy was part of it because they've been loud the whole set.
So serve here by Taylor Prawl. Outside for the lefty, number 4, Maitland Gibson. Now Barak swings, and Barak finds a hole.
Kind of crossed up the Cavaliers back there.
Taylor Prawl to serve. Again outside, it's going to be really tight. And somehow squeaks it through Samuels, and Asher is number 11, Sierra Kane.
Yeah, I have no idea how that one got through.
Back to serve is Maitland Gibson.
I just love when the Bears can give the middle block a chance to go from straight up the middle. Give them a two-way go on what side they want to pick. And they just feast.
Asher's deep on the serve and gets the ace. Asher, another good serve, deep in the corner. Received up high. Big swing by number 11, Sierra Kane. Prawl coming from back row. Outside for Kane again. Prawl gets the dig. Asher gets up to keep it alive. Now Barak trying to get over and almost able to pull off the miraculous.
I thought she got it. That was pretty close right there. I think an amazing effort just for Barak to make it even that close.
And Sierra Kane, the serve. Holsey now going for Denny. It was rolling on that one. Now Prawl, back row attack. Pushed outside. Hawkins gets her fist to it on the dig. Barak with the tip. And Denny puts it down. And they're calling a net into the net violation by Denny. I don't know about that one.
That was close, but you can hear she is pretty adamant about that. She doesn't agree at all.
That's a tough call, especially when you feel like you got on top of the ball to drop it down. And Jackie Denny, ball don't lie.
Hammer don't hurt him. A little bit of emotion out of Denny. Didn't think she got a call. Next thing you know, just go ahead and kill it.
Helen Hamilton back to serve now for the Bears. Deep in the corner. That one had some oomph on it and gets an ace for the Bears.
Run back the replay of Denny getting the big-time kill up the middle. Set up and just finished flush down the middle. Ain't nothing the Cavaliers could do about that.
And a serve deep by Hamilton goes out of bounds. Still knotted about at 11 apiece. AB, make a wish. As this third set has been really tight. Helen Hamilton now up for Houston. Hawkins collects another dig and a push for Denny, and she finds the corner.
You want to talk about athletic. She had to get up and go reach for that one. That one was a little high by Hamilton, but Denny got all the way to the top of the ladder.
Back to serve now is Rachel Buick. Hawkins collects another dig. Hamilton outside, and yep, that's going to be a double for Hamilton.
I think right now Coach Marklin's wishing that his team would show like they did in the second set and go on a big run here.
And that one might have gone out of bounds. Still kept alive. Hawkins, another dig. Now outside for Prawl. Kept alive by number 11, Kane. Blocked by Houston and Denny. Tipped. Prawl keeps it alive, and there's not a lot of real estate right there to keep it up for Denny.
Yeah, that was one right there where the quick reactions of Prawl kind of hurt the Bears. Buick was behind her, but Prawl just stuck the hand up and kind of killed it herself.
Now up to serve would be number 5, Zoe Avery. Hawkins receives it. Now going for Hawkins, that's just an errant set by Hamilton. I believe Denny wanted a different ball. And Hamilton will hit that one into the net. 14-12, UVA Wise Cavs are up by 2.
And this is why you can't allow it to be close. They have talent, they play hard. And when the Bears were able to get ahead early in the first 2 sets, it got ugly. Cavaliers saw it's a big-time mistake. You wanted to capitalize on this advantage you have.
As Avery sends a serve into the net. 14-13 Cavs. Good serve by Hawkins. Going outside for the lefty. Hawkins gets another dig. Hamilton the set to Asher. And a great dig right there by Avery. Houston the tip. And Houston finds the hole.
Great dig by Avery to keep it alive. But Houston found Avery was sitting too far back and just dropped it right in front.
Pushed over now. Swung on, and that will go out of bounds for Madeline Gibson on that hit. A nice serve by Hawkins. Good dig by Hamilton. Buick the set now for Houston. It's going to be hopping tight. Asher the tip. Asher keeps it alive. And a net violation, I believe, on number 13, Abigail Byington.
And just like that, 4 points for the Bears. Forces a timeout by the Cavaliers.
Your Bears are up 16-14. We'll be back shortly.
Oh, this? I was playing catch a little too hard with the dog. He's got quite an arm. I've been through this before. It'll be better in a couple of days. Probably.
Visit one of Ortho Carolina's specialists right away by logging on to orthocarolina.com. Leave the waiting to this guy.
Come on, honey.
Ortho Carolina. You improved.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion.
Ball's put in play as we're back here. Your Bears up 16-14. And a kill for number 22, Kelsey Green of the Cavs. Now 16-15.
Just kind of caught Helen Hamilton a little flat-footed right there.
Ball put in play by number, I believe that was number 13, Abigail Byington. Going to be an error on that serve.
Just another critical service error at a critical time for the Cavaliers.
Good serve by Hulsey. Now outside, big swing, denied by Katrina Samuels and Asher. Now outside for the lefty, and the lefty finds the corner, Madeline Gibson.
Got some good fast-paced volleyball going on right now from both sides.
Outside, a big swing by Asher. Now going up for Gibson. Now Prawl, the lefty tip. Prawl gets a dig. Hulsey the back set for Samuels. And Samuels collects the kill for the Bears.
The cross-court style just threw Avery off there. I don't really think she knew what to do. She was kind of in between.
As Barak is checked in the game, and Taylor Prawl will go back to serve. Prawl, good serve, deep service. Now back outside, it's tipped. Hulsey the set up for Barak, and Barak lays down a really big swing, and an error right there by number 11, Sierra Kane. She sends that one out of bounds. 2016 Bears.
What about that dig from Milligan right there? Because Barak got all of it.
She did not miss one bit of that ball. And now Prawl will check out, get a well-deserved breather as Anna Jordan checks in to serve. Outside, one more time. Jordan collects the dig. Now tipped for Asher. And Asher lands it in right down the line.
Beautiful shot right there. Helps the Bears go up 5. They're looking for more points to finish off the match.
21-16 Bears will come back right after this timeout.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative.
So we're back in this one. Your Bears are up 21-16, up 2-0, trying to close out this third set. Anna Jordan with the serve. And that one's just blocked out of bounds by Asher and Barak. Smart decision by the Cavs to let that one go. Pushed outside for Barak, and Barak a cross-court winner, 22-17 Bears.
I mean, Barack has gotten every single ounce of the ball on the last 2 times she swung it.
Asher the short serve, and Asher the ace.
That is the 8th ace of the night for the Bears.
And Asher just didn't get enough on that one. That was a tight serve. 23-18 Bears.
So they look to finish it off. Just 2 more points here.
Back to serve will be number 11, Sierra Kane. Right to Anna Jordan. Set outside for Barack. And I think that was tipped, and that point will go to the Bears. It's match point, AB.
I wouldn't be surprised if they go back to the freshman Barack. She's in a zone right now.
As Helen Hamilton will go back to serve here for the Bears.
Or the way they've been serving tonight, a service ace is always a possibility.
Good serve by Hamilton. Outside. And blocked by Denny and Barack. That's game.
Just how you want it if you're the Bears. Wasn't always pretty, but they were pretty dominant tonight.
Just like that, your Bears win 3-0 over the UVA Wise Cavaliers. Your LR Bears move to 14-8 on the season and now 9-5 in sack play. AB, who's your game ball going to?
My game ball has to go to, I'm going to give it to Barack, the freshman. She came in, and they played a lot of the roster today, but she had an impact. She got a lot of kills, and as we look at this final point, get around, and it's just closed doors. You know, nothing getting through the elevator doors when they close right there.
Yeah, make sure you stay tuned as your Bears are back here tomorrow as they look to play Tusculum here at 2 p.m. And then when you're done watching that, make sure you tune in to your men's and women's soccer teams. I believe the women will be playing first at 5 against Anderson, and the men then at 7:30 against Anderson as well. We're going to have a full day of sports here at Lenoir-Rhyne University. I'm Adekali Ande, joined by my broadcast partner, AB, and we wish you a great night.